you ready for MAGLaughs? By the rules of comedy, I have to pretend like I cannot hear you. Are you ready for MAGLaughs? Please give it up for your host from Plus Two Comedy, Noah Houlihan. What's up? How's everyone doing? Why is everyone afraid of the front row? No, this is my land now. Hey! How's everyone doing tonight? I'm not going to actually perform here. That was terrible for you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for coming to MAGLaughs. I'm super excited to be here. I love being here. And we have fantastic news. Guys, it's over. It's finally over. The Big Bang Theory is finally dead. Yes. I can wear this Aquaman shirt and people won't call me Sheldon anymore. Yes, just nerd and loser like it should be. I swear to, if someone comes up to you and calls you Sheldon, you should be able to punch them. Not allowed to punch them. You should gain the ability to punch them. Because I've never punched someone before, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to look like this. It's tough. It's a tough time to be a nerd now because there's so much nerd stuff out there that everybody wants to quiz you on being a nerd. I was at a party and someone walked up to me and was like, "You're one of those nerds, right, Noah? Do you like the Star Trek? Do you like the Star Trek?" I'm like, "No, I don't like the Star Trek." "Oh, don't like the Star Trek? I thought you were a nerd." I thought you were a nerd is the meanest thing you can say to another human being. Because all that does is force me to defend my terrible life. Oh, you thought I was a nerd? Really? Because I own every Star Wars action figure, one in the box and one to play with, and I didn't lose my virginity till 23. Ha! It's tough. I have this wonderful niece, and me and my niece, we went to FYE, the one that's left, and she came up to me with a stuffed animal and was like, "Noah, will you buy him for me? I love him. I love him! Will you buy this for me?" And it was Sonic the Hedgehog. And I was just like, "Oh, really? You love him?" And she was like, "Yes, I love the Smurfs." Nope, you don't get to have this. I'm sorry. That's not for you. That's not how this works. You know what? I'm going to buy him for me. This is going to be mine. Let me get two. I want to keep one in the box. There we go. Perfect. This is great. Are you guys excited for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, by the way? I'm not. Because that whole thing where everyone complained and demanded that they redesigned Sonic is stupid. I'm sorry. If you were one of those people that were like, "No, that doesn't look like Sonic, they should redo him," you're wrong. Because let me tell you, a rushed Sonic the Hedgehog that was put together too quickly, not beta tested, and thrown together for a deadline, that's my Sonic the Hedgehog. Going back and fixing stuff is not my Sega. I want to go to that movie, and I want Sonic moving so fast that the background stopped rendering, and you can see Jim Carrey T-posing in the background of a shot he's not supposed to be in. I want to be told it's a 2-hour movie, and then a half hour in, there's a glitch, and there's just credits. Like, oh, wow. We speed ran this. This is awesome. There's so much bad right now. Do you remember this company, Bethesda? Do you guys remember them? They used to make video games. I don't know what they do now. Because I watched their E3 press conference, and what was his name? Todd Howard comes out, and he's like, "Hi, guys, it's me. I just want to let you know that we've listened to you. We've listened to all your fans out there." And everybody sat there going, "Oh, Skyrim sequel. He's going to say it. And he was like, "Yes, we listened to you. So let's talk more about Fallout 76. Who said that? Who said we wanted that instead of Skyrim? You're out of the group." And he stood on stage and was like, Fallout 76 is a fantastic world that you created. You're responsible for the wonders of Fallout 76. And I was like, do not pin this on us. You screwed this up. We're not taking the fall for you. And then he stood up and goes, "Yeah, we're going to give you exactly what you want. That's right. A battle royale is coming to Fallout 76. That is not what we wanted. It's not even close." He's like, "Yes, that's right. 52 people at once. Where did you get that number? Every other one does 100. Maybe 76. That would have made. Is 52 how many people are still playing this game?" It's like, oh my God, we could play with everyone that's still playing? That's incredible. Now, and when it comes to like asking for things, I think the one thing we as nerds, you can't sit in the front row. No, I'm totally kidding. Sit down. You're a brave man. You sat down. I'm proud of you. What was I talking about? The one thing that we as nerds have been asking for is the Final Fantasy VII Remake. We've been asking for it for like 20 years. And it's amazing that we were like, "Hey, Square, I know we've all already bought and played Final Fantasy VII. We're all willing to buy it again if you just, upgrade the graphics and do some voice acting." And they were like, "No! Here's a movie you don't understand. Oh, this is not what can we just have like a remake of Final Fantasy VII? No! Here's a shooting game with Vincent. That's a good idea, I guess, but we just really want this Final Fantasy VII remake. No! Here's a game where you play as the Turks on the N-Gage. Nobody has the N-Gage. I'm at MAGFest. Nobody has the N-Gage." And they finally broke and were like, "Okay, we're going to give it to you. The Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yes. We're going to upgrade the graphics. Yes. It's going to be fully voice acted. Yes. We've completely redone the battle system." Wait. What was that last part? So yeah, we completely just threw out the battle system. There's going to be a whole new one. That's not what we asked for. That's just a different game. Why would you do this? And I'm not sure if you've caught this, but the Final Fantasy remake, it sounds absolutely amazing, but it's only Midgar. It's kind of like when you were in school and you did a book report and you only read the first 3 chapters and you're going to do your presentation and just hope nobody notices. It's just like, oh yeah, there's going to be that amazing battle with that first boss, the Scorpion. It's going to be real huge and amazing. Okay, what about like the Golden Saucer and like Yuffie and stuff? When does that come in? And then you travel around Midgar, and Midgar is going to be a really cool part of this whole thing. Where are the Chocobos? Are the Chocobos going to show up anytime soon? I mentioned the Scorpion. Let's show the Scorpion again. There's more of the Scorpion. And the one thing that, I'm a passionate nerd, and I love so many things, and there's this horrible trend where whenever I love something, they blame it on the devil. Have you noticed this? Just every time I love something, it's like, oh, Pokemon? Teaching kids evolution? That's work of the devil. Harry Potter? Teaching kids witchcraft? That's the works of Satan. If that is true, Satan is the biggest nerd in existence. which makes a lot of sense. Stay with me on this one, all right? God is this jock that lives up in heaven, all right? God has to be a jock. Football players ask him for help like all the time. So God is this jock who lives in heaven, and he throws the devil out of heaven into hell, the basement of existence, where there's no air conditioning, so it's real hot, and it's bad for his skin, so it gets all red and blotchy. And what does the devil do? Collect souls. How? Fiddle competitions. Because even though the devil likes metal, his mom wanted him to play a classical stringed instrument. And what does the devil do with these souls? We don't know. He just keeps them in box on display, gaining value. He wishes he could have one to play with and one to keep in the box. Guys, thank you so much. We got a lot of great comedians. Are you guys ready for MAGLaughs? I asked your first comedian what he wanted me to say, and he said there's nothing interesting about him, so there's nothing interesting about your first comedian. Please give it up for Joey Purse.
Thank you. I don't know what he said, but thank you. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? You having fun? That's what's up. I've only been here for about 20 minutes, so I haven't had fun yet. But I'm going to have fun eventually. You have a cool job, sir? Computer programmer? You don't look like one. That's pretty cool, though. Clap it up for him, computer programming. That's dope. That's dope. I used to work at Build-A-Bear. It's pretty lame. I don't care though. Fun fact, the Build-A-Bear that I worked at, I was actually the first guy to get hired at that Build-A-Bear shop. But I can assure you guys that I was also the last guy to get hired at that Build-A-Bear shop. I was trash at the job. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was trash. Like, I couldn't uphold the rules. Like, all the rules, like the women, they had to get down to the kids' eye level and speak like really uppity. They're like, hey, how are you? Welcome to Build-A-Bear. Come on, let's build a bear today. Come on, let's go have some fun. And I'd just be like, yo, what up? Welcome to Build-A-Bear. You building a bear or not? I get paid out of the way. It don't really matter. I actually got the option to quit or be fired from that job. How that came to be was, if you don't know, if you've never been to Build-A-Bear, there are these little voice recorders that you stuff inside the bear, that you press them and they relay a message. Now, they usually say some bullshit like, I love you, or my name is Rex, or whatever. I decided to talk a kid into letting me talk into his recorder. And when I did it, he really liked it. He was walking around the store playing it and everything. And then when he got up to the cash register, he was like, Mommy, listen what the guy put in the bear for. And he played it. And it said, fuck these kids. And that's how I quit, you know? That's how that happened. No. I'm from a place called Beaver County, Pennsylvania. Hey, you from there? Pittsburgh? Hey, we don't claim y'all, but that's dope. That's dope. We're about 40, 50 minutes north of Pittsburgh. I call it New Mississippi because I'm like the 10% diversity in that bitch. It's pretty, a lot of racist old people. I am half Italian, half black, and I stick out everywhere I go. I like to go to GameStop a lot. And as soon as I walked in one time, the clerk was like, yo, you look exotic. What are you, Samoan? Puerto Rican? You be flipping them burritos, my guy, that's what you do? You don't flip those, you wrap them. But I was like, nah, man, I'm half black. He was like, oh, all the excitement left. Oh, you must be here for that new basketball game. Let me grab that for you. I'm like, hold up, man. For one, that's kind of racist. Two, you didn't let me finish. I'm half right. Let me get that school shooter simulator. Give it up. Give it up. Thank you. Let me get that EA Sports Columbine 99. Get the fuck out of here. Too soon? That was 20 years ago. Fuck you mean too soon? I've been told that I look very racially ambiguous a lot. You guys know what that means. Looks like you could be a multitude of ethnicities or races, but for me, all that means is that random people speak Spanish to me. That's all that means. It wouldn't really matter, but I don't know Spanish, other than to tell people that I don't know Spanish. I went to Florida a few years ago, and you guys all know, like, Spanish is the #1 language in that country. And when I was down there, the housekeeper was coming to my room, and I already knew what was going to happen. I knew what it was. She was going to start talking to me in Spanish. I was going to stare at her like she was stupid, but I'm the stupid one. And I wouldn't know what to do. So I tried to beat her to it. I tried to tell her that I don't know Spanish before she said anything, but I said it wrong. I said, no hablo inglés. And so you guys know what that means. It means I don't speak English. That's what the fuck that means. And when I said that, her eyes got really big. She was like, ¿Cómo estás y tú? Cosi cosi? No bueno? And I couldn't type it in the Translate app fast enough, so I panicked. So I just slammed the door in her face. I don't want clean sheets. Leave me alone. I know. Like I have a hard time making hard decisions, like very hard, like life-changing decisions. But like if you ask me something really stupid, I'll be like, cool. Like my friend Jake asked me to beat my meat with him before, and I was just like, cool. That didn't happen. It just happened. What happened was I was with my friends. I was with my friends Jake and Trent. Jake was like, let's watch some porn. I'm 13 years old. I had never watched porn in my life. So I followed his instructions and I played it on the PlayStation internet. And my dad heard it. My dad heard what was going on. He's an old school guy. He came upstairs furious. Hey, what are y'all doing? And why are y'all beating y'all meats together? Are y'all gay? Like, what's going on? What's up? I was like, hold up, Dad. I looked at Jake. I was like, yo, Jake, did you know I was beating my meat? He was like, nah. I looked at Trent. I was like, yo, Trent, did you know we were beating our meats? He was like, nah. But did y'all two know that I was beating my meat? We were like, no. I was like, all right, Dad. We didn't know that we were beating our meats together because we didn't look. But you did. So what does that make you? And he got really upset. He was like, you dumbass daddy. Slammed the door and left. And I never saw him again. You guys are in a relationship? You guys in a relationship? How long you been together? Long time. Clap it up for them. Long time. All right, stop it. Stop. It's my time. Don't give them that much attention. It's my time. I've been in a relationship for 8 years, almost going on 9. It's pretty cool. But I'm emotional. I found out that I'm a very emotional guy. Let's say roasting. Say you said something to me, sir. I'm coming back to you. Say you said something to me on the streets like, yo, you look like a piece of, I don't know, burnt toast or some shit. And I'm like, I can't roast, as you could tell. And, it wouldn't bother me, but if I said something to him first and he hit me back harder, it's going to mess me up pretty deep. Like, my girlfriend, we're getting ready to go out one night, and she's taking a very long time, so I decided I wanted to have fun, and I wanted to roast her because she was taking forever. I was like, Aaliyah, you ain't got no knees. How you do this, huh? How you do that? You can't do it. She was like, oh, okay. That's the best? Okay. That's why if you were a lesbian, you'd look exactly the same. Why would you say that? I see this every day. But you like girls, though. That's pretty cool. You like that's cool. I don't know. I'm the oldest of 4. Thank you. You got siblings too? That's what's up. How many? Oh, that's dope. I don't know really what to say to you about that. I'm the oldest of 4. I have 2 sisters and a brother. I want to tell you guys about my brother Trey. Now, I'm the only biracial one, half Italian, half black. They're 100% black. Now, I'm playing video games with Trey. Trey is 12. I'm whooping his ass, and he decides to pause the game, and he wants to roast me for it. Now the thing is that Trey is only 12, so his roasts are only but so good. So he paused the game. He's like, Joe, you're a fancy booger head. And it really bothered me, because I'm like, that sounds disgusting. I'm like, I'm not a fancy booger head, you are. That's why mom doesn't love you. And then he got really upset after that, and so I think he might be a little bit racist. So he was like, shut up, you spaghetti nigga. I'm like, I don't know what that is, so I didn't know how to respond to it. I was like, what even is that? He's like, it's an Italian nigga. And at that point, I got terrified, because this 12-year-old's voice dropped lower than mine ever did. Ma, Trey's up here doing bad things, calling me racial slurs. You should do something about that. My mom was like, well, Joey, I heard everything. And that's what you are. You can't be mad that he called you what you are. So I was like, you know what, you're right. So I took pride in it. I applied for some jobs, and it asked me what race I was. A box that popped up, a box that said African American, one that said Latino. I wanted to check it, but I didn't. A box that said Indian, a box that said other. I checked other, and another box popped up that said, please specify what you are. And so I typed lasagna nigga, and Build-A-Bear hired me. It didn't make any kind of sense. Thank you guys, I'm Joey Purse. Joey Purse, let him hear it.
Your next comedian is very funny. They are the second half of Plus Two Comedy. They are also the host of the Stay Doomed podcast, and will also be performing as part of the improv show tomorrow with These Guy Are Sick. Please give it up for Laura Prince.
Every show, I'm always the shortest person. I'm a goldfish, I gotta see what I plan to do. Welcome to BardCon. Well, it's MAGFest, we have music and gaming, sometimes immediately next to each other. I'm looking through my set and I just can't wait to be king. And I was like, oh, my people. So it's been a really interesting year for pop culture. Who here saw Star Wars? I'm not gonna spoil anything. It was okay. But I realized that that's what brings balance. Stay with me. When the movies are not very good, everything else is. The new trilogy, not very good, but The Mandalorian's great. The prequel trilogy, not very good, but Clone Wars was great. But unfortunately, the inverse is true. When we had the original trilogy, which was amazing, we had the Star Wars holiday special. So be careful with what you wish for. The marketing has been really insane for this, because I've seen a lot of toy commercials, aimed at kids with choose your side for Star Wars. Either join the scrappy, heroic rebellion for peace and freedom, or the galactic alt-right. This is what they're showing to kids, and I was like, hey, I wonder why we have problems now. A clue, Sherlock. I'm from Philly. We have 3 exports, cheesesteaks, the Liberty Bell, and Gritty. Thank you. Yes, you understand. Gritty is a sports icon for nerds. Think about it. When he was announced, everybody thought it was insane and weird, and they kind of made fun of Gritty, and now here we are 2 years later, and everyone has embraced him as a pop culture icon. It's kind of like in middle school when I wore an Iron Man t-shirt and got beat up and shoved into a locker, and now everybody loves Iron Man. I love the MCU, but it's kind of sexist. We didn't get a female-led movie until everything was covered in dust for her to clean up. Loki, Ultron, not a big enough threat. Oh man, somebody needs to run the Roomba. Carol! I love Captain Marvel, and I have a Captain Marvel jacket that I've had since 2 or 3 years ago, right around when the Wonder Woman movie came out. Now their basic color palettes are very similar, so whenever I wear this Captain Marvel jacket out, a lot of people go like, it's Wonder Woman! The thing I love about nerd culture, we all have different opinions, we have different things we like and dislike, but we have one thing in common: the nerd noise. Whenever someone gets something really wrong about a thing you love, and it's that decision. Am I gonna correct this person and sound like an even bigger nerd, or am I gonna let it go and be mad about it all day? I can't tell you how many times I've been like a Wawa. Again, I'm from Philly. A Wawa, and somebody goes, "Look, it's Wonder Woman," and I'm just standing there like, it's Captain, you know what, I don't care. I'm not getting into this fight. It's Captain Marvel, oh my God. You know what else I love? I love trash. Does anybody here watch Riverdale? All right, we're gonna play a game. Do you guys wanna play a game? We're gonna play Two Truths and a Lie, Riverdale edition. If you're even passingly familiar with the Archie comics, here are the two truths and a lie. There's an organ harvesting cult. Archie can't decide whether he wants to play football or music. Betty Cooper, as a child, murdered her cat in cold blood. Which one of these things is true and which is a lie? They're all true! I love it. I love that it doesn't make any sense. You know what else didn't make sense? Did anybody here watch Game of Thrones? Oh my God, the ending was a mess. We build up the White Walkers as this ethereal, existential threat. And Arya Stark, six-month-old spoilers, everybody. Arya Stark dispatches them with the same technique Uncle Jack uses to pull a quarter out from behind your ear, leaving the real threat of Westeros to be one of those moms who rolls up to the carpool with a Yeti cup full of Pinot Grigio. It's like ice demons? No. The real threat? Wine moms. And that kind of speaks to me, but at the same time, you're just like, you know what? Maybe the ice demons, it's a metaphor for climate change. No, wine moms. Okay. So I love reality TV. Like a lot, like an unhealthy amount, like Rock of Love and like old weird VH1 reality TV. But they have them for every career. Every career. You've had Heroes of Cosplay, you have Top Chef, you have Project Runway. I want one for magical girls. Yeah, coolest animal companion, best transformation sequence. And then I realized one day, we have this show. It's called RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, those are the best transformation sequences. I mean, they are magical girls they just exist out of reality, and it's amazing. Speaking of things that exist out of reality that are not amazing, I saw Cats. We're gonna talk about Cats. Even if you just stared at me silent, we were gonna talk about Cats. It's not the creepy CGI. Like, I've played video games since the 2000s. I can do creepy computer graphics. That's normal. It's the fact that canonically, some of these cats are house cats, which means the following conversation has happened. Hey, Bill, where's Mr. Fluffernutter? Oh, he's at his annual ritual sacrifice party. Oh, the one with Taylor Swift. Okay, yeah, but only for like 5 minutes. I'm still mad about the Cats movie. I'm excited about the games that are coming out this year. Luigi's Mansion 3 came out last year, and I was really, really excited until they announced that the co-op player was Gooigi, a clone of Luigi made out of goo. How far are they gonna go to not include Waluigi and stuff? Also, in what post-Bowsette world did they think we were gonna be responsible with a Luigi made out of goo? Did anyone tell them what Tumblr was? Like, I know they got rid of most of Tumblr, but they're finding workarounds. I mean, you can tell they got rid of most of Tumblr because everyone's still here. I'm really excited for Animal Crossing. for Switch. Oh, it's so great. And it's like ripped from the headlines. The new trailer dropped yesterday, and it's like a timeshare ad. And it's Tom Nook selling a vacation on a deserted, unprepared island. They're calling it New Horizons, but it's Animal Crossing Firefest. Which explains everything. I want to see a third Firefest documentary where Isabel was responsible for the catering. I meant to have catering, but all we have are cheese sandwiches. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. Can you guys settle a debate for me? This is outside of my set, but this happened right before we started. My cousin is on the brink of divorce right now because her husband stole a star from her in Mario Party. He set it on random. The other two players had 2 stars. She had 1. If he had stolen a star from one of the other players, he would be coming in first. Stealing from her meant he was only in third. Is what he did okay? If what he did was okay, cheer now. If what he did was not okay, cheer now. We're gonna have to tell Ashley to get that lawyer. This is actually 100% a thing that happened today. So I've learned a lot from the movies that have come out this year, but we've had a lot of wish fulfillment movies. You know, Ready Player One is built entirely on wish fulfillment of like, being a gamer who loves obscure things is going to make you super rich and famous someday. But I think the ultimate wish fulfillment movie is Detective Pikachu. Yeah, your Pokemon are real, and they love you, and they can talk, and your dad has always been proud of you. Look at all these. That's another. I was going to make several inappropriate jokes about Ryan Reynolds and the word daddy. Is it a furry thing if he's daddy when he's Detective Pikachu? Asking for a friend. So I'm bad at the interpersonal relationships, which that last joke probably should tell you. I learned everything I know about being intimate from Kirby. So I only know 2 approaches: swallow and absorb power, or spit it in his face and destroy him. My name is Laura Prince, everybody. Have a good night.
One more time for Laura Prince. Your next comedian comes all the way from Pittsburgh. Please give it up for Izzy for real.
Fuck's up, guys? How y'all doing? Good. All right, so I know I got my anime lovers and my gamers, but who smokes weed in here? Hell yeah! Yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to smoke weed. I like to smoke weed to the point where I do dumb shit. Anybody else? Just like shit that you really can't explain to nobody else. Or if you do, they're not gonna believe you. Like for instance, I like watching animal videos when I get high. All right, like I like watching like National Geographic and shit like that, Animal Planet. And then like I like to root for the predators and shit, you know? Like, I'll see a lion chasing a gazelle, and I'll be like, get his ass, get him, like, you know? You know? To the point, I seen this one lion, right? He was chasing this gazelle, to the point where this gazelle was pretty fucking fast, right? He really did not want to be eaten. So, you know, lion gets smart. He was like, okay, well, this gazelle's pretty fast. But this dickhead recording me isn't. He turns around and he eats him. And I'm like, yes! My friend's like, he's getting mobbed to death. Why? What's going on? I was like, just wait, 5 minutes later. 5 minutes later, another guy tries to come save him. He gets eaten too. I'm like, fuck yes! It's the best time of my fucking life. But I get too drawn into it, you know? Like, I watched one video where a raccoon snuck into a gorilla's den, and the gorillas beat the shit out of this raccoon. So now it convinced my high ass, because I got thumbs like monkeys got thumbs, I could fuck a raccoon up, you know? Raccoons, now in my mind, pussy animals, you know? Fuck him up. But I used to work at this McDonald's, right? And I was smoking a cigarette, right? I was smoking a cigarette by the dumpster, and my boss comes out. He's like, dude, don't go out there. Raccoons come up from the hill all the time. I was like, nigga, fuck raccoons. You don't see these? I'll beat a raccoon ass. When I play video games, my opposable thumbs are strong, you know? But it must have been God being like, okay, he's talking too much shit, all right? Because I go outside, right, and I'm sitting outside, and I'm writing in my joke book or whatnot, and I hear something creeping up on me. Guess what the fuck it is? Raccoon. Okay, raccoon, right? And now all that tough shit I was just talking about my thumbs, out the window. Because now all I can think about is, what can I do so he don't fuck me up, all right? So I try to stand up real fast and make myself look bigger, you know? But that shit doesn't work because it's for bears, all right? All it did was make Mr. Raccoon here mad, and now he's standing up. First of all, who knew they could fucking stand, okay? Like this fucked me up. But what really fucked me up, you know, I'm sitting there like, you know, flexing my thumbs like, hey, human. I look down, he has thumbs like, hey, raccoon, bitch. Fuck me all the way up. Other things I like to do, like, all right, so anybody else around my age? I'm 23, like that age range. Yeah, cool. All right. So, you know, at this age range, we really don't have that much money, right? So my mom suggested to me, she's like, well, why don't you come work with me at the Jewish home? I was like, okay, Mom. She was like, just to let you know, they drug test. I was like, okay, Mom, still don't got no fucking job. But you ever heard something to make you react real fast before you got to think about what you were gonna say? You know? Because she was like, well, why don't you just take your little brother's piss? And I was like, shit. That little nigga's piss probably dirtier than mine. And she go, dry snitch. Dry snitched on him quick. But don't feel bad, because this is how I got him. This is how he got me back. All right, I know smoking weed with him, right? And the weed was too strong, all right? To the point where I went home and go watch the show Dora the Explorer for fucking hours. I'm watching the show to the point where now, I don't know if y'all know the song, but I'm sitting there like swinging my legs off the bed. First of all, you gotta know it'd be really high to swing your legs off the bed, all right? Swing my legs off the bed, talking about, come on, vamonos. Everybody, let's go. Come on, let's get to it. I know that we can do it. Where are we going? So some of y'all had the same weed, didn't y'all? All right, guys, I had a guest set. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all.
Izzy, for real. Comics, stop moving this mic stand further and further away from me every time I come back to host. Give it up one more time for Izzy, for real. Your next comedian you might have seen on the MLB network. Please give it up for Rosa Escandon.
Hi there, yes, my name is Rosa Escandon. I know what you're thinking. Why? Okay. People do ask me, like, oh, where are you from? Like, what's up with this? And listen, legally, I'm white. I've slept with 3 guys named Dave. It's all it takes, it truly. You can be white too. It's good, you know, you guys seem like a fun crowd. We're fun, right? Yeah, woo, we're fun. All right, can I get a little dark at the top of the show? Okay, ooh, we're some sickos, fuck. All right, okay, so I think we're living in like a really hard time to be alive right now, right? Like it's a difficult age, like things seem really wrong, and I think a lot of that has to do with we're at the time where all the famous Instagram pets are gonna start dying. And like, okay, I'm a little jealous of them. Not because I wanna die, it's just, they are gonna have the best obituaries. You know, like, little cutie is survived by her millions of fans. And I'm pretty sure my obituary is just gonna be, woman T-boned by car while putting on fake eyelashes. I'm not that afraid of death, mostly because I know exactly what I want to happen to me. Okay, what's your name? Marcus. Okay, Marcus, if you're the last person who hears this, you have to make this happen, okay? All right. So, Marcus, I want you to take my body to one of those places where they compress it into a diamond. And then I want you to take that diamond, Marcus, and I want you to put it in an expensive brooch. And I want you to give it to my next of kin, and they'll have to wear it to galas and weddings and parties. And when anyone goes, oh, what a lovely brooch, they say, thank you, it's grandmama. I do have to say, as a true crime fan, I love true crime. Woo, yes, we have some other white women in here. All right. As a true crime fan, I do think the coolest thing, if I ever die, which I won't, is if my body creates like some kind of crazy mystery, right? Like this is gonna shake the world of true crime. So I've just been carrying a bunch of random stuff in my pockets. Receipt for cat food. She didn't have a cat. Tube of lipstick. Not her color. Just the name Brian. Brian's in here, they're nervous. All right. All right, Brian's. It's good. I have been thinking about my life a lot recently, I have. And one of the things I kind of figured out recently is I never once bought weed in high school. I did sleep with 3 weed dealers in a row. And it got me to thinking. Oh, I heard one, geez, oh my God. Okay. Watching you, crowd. Was it you, Marcus? All right, solid. We're still good. Okay. No, it got me to thinking, am I drug dealer's type or a drug dealer's my type, right? And I think I'm drug dealer's type. Because remember, like, go back in your head when you had to, like, go to someone's house to buy weed, right? And you go into their house, and way in the back of the room, there was just a girl in a big shirt with no pants on, drinking water out of a mug. That girl was me. And I'm sorry, if you don't know that girl, you are that girl. I think that old saying, dress for the job you want, is a really double-edged sword, you know? Because I bought this romper and now I'm a substitute teacher. It's fun. I like being a substitute teacher. I'm in town from Brooklyn, New York, and I teach there mostly. Oh, I heard one single woo. Who was it? Yeah, raise your hand all the way in the back. We'll party later. Cool. Brooklyn in the house. One person. No, I have to say, teaching in Brooklyn is wild because we have some awesome stuff. Like, we have to teach queer history in schools in Brooklyn. Okay. Not a lot of claps. I see you're all homophobes. Okay, we'll see how this goes. No, but we have to teach queer history in schools, and I like it, but I do think it's a little bit unfair. Mostly because we've had like 50 years of queer history and about 700 years of roommate history. You know, a guy you live with for 40 years, you write each other letters every day. When he dies, a part of your heart goes with him. You know, roommate stuff. I gotta say, you know, everything I learned, it's just like, they never wanted to move apart. They weren't gonna leave the house. Somehow they were both lawyers sharing a 1-bedroom, and that man became James Buchanan, our president. Sorry, welcome to my TED Talk on James Buchanan. I know you didn't think you were coming here tonight, but here we are. He was once ranked America's worst president. Do you think that would still be true? No. I do have to say, he did start the Civil War, okay? That's a bad one. I assume for the drama. All right. That's the longest bit for me to go like this. No, I do like teaching in schools. I teach in a lot of high schools. But, you know, it is a little weird. You know what there is so much in schools right now? Active shooter drills. Ooh, we thought the Instagram parts were dark. It's not. It's this part. All right. It's weird because, like, you hear, as a teacher, a lot of these stories of, like, hero teacher saves kid. Like, hero teacher takes down school shooter. It's like, I'm a sub. Most days, I don't know where the bathroom is. I'm not dying for these kids. I think it's a little stupid, obviously, because you've met me now. I don't think we should be letting people like me teach high school kids. Mostly because I don't remember a single thing from high school. I'm 26 years old, not one goddamn thing. And it's weird, I think that's not entirely true. I remember exactly one thing from high school. It was from my biology class. It was on page 92 of my biology book, and it was a picture of Ben Affleck. And it said, Ben Affleck is almost perfectly symmetrical. Primates find symmetrical faces attractive. So now you all know something, right? That's probably a learning one. I think that's crazy, but probably true, right? Like, Ben Affleck is probably really symmetrical because over the course of like 4 years, we made 2 different movies where it was just like, Ben Affleck's so hot, he made a gay woman straight. We gave one of those a GLAAD award. Ooh, okay, homophobe audience, I remember. All right, it's hard because I always want to talk about queer stuff on stage. I'm a queer woman, that was cool as hell. I'm a queer woman and I always do want to like talk about it on stage. I think because in a lot of ways, queer is this really loaded word, right? Like it's hard to talk about. Even sometimes in our own communities, it's hard to talk about. Just because it's like, ooh, what do you like? What's your parts? Like, ooh, okay, a lot of questions. And listen, until there's a sexuality which describes when you are only attracted to celebrity chefs, queer it is. Just for me. I do have to say, it's a problem that I don't know that much, other than the Ben Affleck thing, which we all now know. Mostly because I think we need to know too many things these days. Like, okay, you can be the biggest idiot in this room, and like, if we went back to 1800, we'd all be doctors. Like, you don't have to go back to school, you don't need to learn anything, you are already a doctor, all right? Ooh, medicine. It's like, I don't know, there's a lady who's sick in this town, please doctor, and it's like, have you tried leeches? Have you checked if there's a witch in her town? It's probably that one. I spend a lot of time with a boyfriend. Anyone else have a boyfriend? Yeah, I like one raised hand. It's like, yes, I do, thank you. I spend a lot of time with him. We've been together for about 3 years, which is insane if you knew me before I met this guy. And I think one of the craziest parts about it is I'm getting to the point where we're not dating anymore, right? Like once you're too deep in it, like you're not going on dates, which is great for me because I'll never have to go to an escape room. Paying money to be locked in a room? Excuse me, I'm a woman, I can do that for free. I love my boyfriend very much, but when we first got together, I was very worried that he was going to be too boring for me. I guess, how do I explain that? He's from New Jersey. Oh, yeah. His mom's a rabbi. He works for baseball. He's kind of like a list of things you think about when you're trying not to come too fast. Laughed a little too hard at that, Marcus. I'm watching you. I'll see you. No, but I love him very much. The only really problem I have with him is I'm pretty sure he's never seen a movie. You think that's not a deal breaker until you're with someone and it's very, like, okay, his mom is a rabbi. Remember this, it's important. He's never seen Schindler's List. I'm Jewish, and I'm pretty sure Schindler's List was playing in the hospital when I was born. My first words were, it's important not to kill. Black and white, very strange. No, but it comes up a lot. We were sitting on the couch a while back, and we were going, like, looking through movies, browsing through Netflix, and he says, oh, how about we watch A Clockwork Orange? And I said, ooh, that one makes me uncomfortable. There's this really brutal rape scene in Clockwork Orange. And he turns to me and he says, there's a rape scene in Clockwork Orange? So I ask, have you seen Clockwork Orange? And he says, no. And I'm like, oh, good. Still my boyfriend. So cool. I was like, he takes a moment and he looks at me and he goes, that's weird. every guy I went to college with had that poster in his dorm room. Which is why, ladies, I always say, never date a man with a Clockwork Orange poster or a Manhattan poster. Which is to say, I've never dated a man with a college degree. Wow. You learned 3 things tonight. Something about James Buchanan, something about Ben Affleck, and man, a lot about Clockwork Orange, I guess. Okay. I do think, oh, thank you. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. I know that joke may have made some people uncomfortable here, and I'm sorry, because I know when you bring up sexual assault or rape on stage, it can be very uncomfortable. But listen, I'm a survivor, so me doing this is brave. If you did it, like, ooh, gross. I don't think I should clear the room. I don't think anything about sexual assault is funny. But I do think being a survivor is a little bit funny sometimes. For example, I had a boyfriend a while ago, and I wanted to kind of like let this part of my life in with, like, kind of like let him in on this part of my life. So I sat him down, and I was like, hey, listen. I am a sexual assault survivor. And he looked at me, and without missing a beat, he goes, oh, like CSI? So I have to say, no. Like SVU! Oh! If Olivia Benson's not here, I don't want no part of it! I also died in Central Park in 2006, but that is my story, all right? I will leave you as this, as to not bum anyone out. But I've been feeling kind of weird about 26 recently. Mostly, I think, because my job is, I write profiles for Forbes' under 30 section. So I talk to a lot of people who do really cool things. They're very young, they do very cool things. And I look kind of back at my life and I'm like, ooh, what am I doing? And whenever I feel that way, I just remember, I am the exact same age as Chipotle. And I've only caused 1 E. coli outbreak. You guys have been a great audience. Thank you so much.
Give it up one more time for Rosa. Our next comedian is very funny. She has performed at the Kennedy Center. Please give it up for Chelsea Shorte.
Hey everybody. Oh, it's so awesome to be here. I'm feeling good. How are y'all feeling? Yeah. Hey, we've had some great comedians so far, haven't we? It's been a pretty good show. Oh, I can't lie, I'm super excited. Mostly because, I don't know if y'all are like me, but when you wake up in the morning, is the first thing you do, check Facebook? That's what I do. And I got a notification on my phone this morning that it was the birthday of this really cute girl I had a crush on in college. But I never said anything to her because I didn't think that I was a lesbian in college. I know you guys are looking at me like, wow, what a glow up. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear now, but then it's a little bit more confusing for me. And I wanted to like celebrate her. I wish I'd written something sweet for her birthday. I probably should have gone with like, happy birthday. But instead I just went with my heart. I just wrote, you made me gay, smiley face. You know, you add the emoji on the end to soften the blow. That's what I was going for. And I left it on there and I second guessed myself again. I was like, maybe I should, you know what, I'm gonna leave it. I was like, that's such a great gift to wake up to on your birthday a couple years out of college, right? You're like, maybe I will go to the reunion. I still got it a little bit, yeah. I wanted to give her a gift. That's what it was. I am excited to be here, especially to be performing, because this is what I want to do. I want to be a performer. I love it. I don't know if I'm getting paid for this show, but you know, it's about the heart. That's what it's about. Oh, thank you. I hope that's not approval for me not being paid for this show. We'll pass the hat later so you guys can appreciate me. No, I'm probably way too comfortable at my day job, considering that I'm not getting paid for this show. I think you know you're too comfortable at work when you start undoing your pants even before you get to the bathroom door. Like this isn't your mama's house. Maybe you should update your resume. You need a new challenge. I don't know, maybe some women in the audience can feel me on this next one. Ladies, have you ever been like at work and looked down and noticed that your breasts are going in two different directions, but you care so little about the job? You do the titty readjust right there in your cube? Like that's where I'm at. They asked me to do a 3-page self-evaluation this week, so I just wrote, "I'm awesome" in huge font, slipped it under the door on Thursday. Did not even go in today. So I don't know if my badge will work on Monday, but we'll see. We'll see. I want to tell y'all a little bit about my Christmas. Did y'all go home for Christmas? Is that what y'all do? I love to go home for Christmas. I love to see my family, and I go every year. And this year, my dad called me up and he was like, "Hey baby, hope you're coming home this year because I got some gifts that I'm excited to give you." And I was totally taken aback by that because like I'm 30 years old. Like I don't go home and expect toys, but I mean, if you're making a Costco run, I'll tag along, you know? But I go down there and my father is so excited about these Christmas gifts that he wakes me up on Christmas morning. He's like, "Hey baby, remember those gifts I was telling you about? Why don't you go under the tree? Check out what the first thing I got you for Christmas is." So I go under the tree for the first gift, which was what? A new TV. Hell yeah. Yes. And it was a big one with Netflix already inside. They went to Costco before I even got there. It was nice. I was hype about this TV. Like everybody got a high five. My mom got a high five. My dad got a high five. My brother got a high five. My brother's new wife is okay, but she got a high five because it was like, it's Christmas, it's about family. It was like, yeah. Yeah. It was kind of awkward. My dad, he was feeling himself. He was like, "Yeah, you like that? Why don't you go into the tree, check out what the second thing I got you for Christmas is." So I go into the tree for the second gift, which unbeknownst to me, but beknownst to everyone else in the room, was a Fitbit. Yeah, has anybody here ever been gifted a Fitbit from someone who's supposed to love you? Yeah, I see a few hands. It hurts, because y'all know what a Fitbit is, right? It's this thing you wear on your wrist, and it's supposed to count how many steps you take in a day, unless you just got a new TV. In which case, it's just a watch with Wi-Fi. You know, if you're not walking, it's not working. It was pretty tough, because I didn't want that. I didn't want a Fitbit. And as soon as I saw it, as soon as I opened the gift, my father sees my face fall, and he's like, "Hey baby, I know this might not have been the gift that you wanted, but I felt like I needed to step in. You've kind of been letting yourself go. You can't be fat and a lesbian. How are you gonna get a man?" And I was like, "What? No. That's not how any of this works, Dad." I don't appreciate that at all. I totally get where he was coming from, though, because, you know, he's my dad. He wants me to find a life partner. He wants me to be the best person I can be so I can attract a life partner. I get that. Because it was pretty wild for me when I was single. I didn't know this until maybe a couple of months before I started dating my current girlfriend. Like, I didn't know, current girlfriend, that's not optimistic, but so far, she's my girlfriend, so far. Next week, who knows? But I didn't know this when I was dating. I wish I had. You don't need to drive women home from one-night stands. Did y'all know that? Oh, okay. I was not expecting y'all to be dating experts, this crowd, but cool. All right, so it's just me. Wish y'all had written a Twitter thread so I could have been up to... I didn't know that. I didn't know you're not supposed to drive women home from one-night stands. I thought I was coming off gentlemanly, but it was more of like a murderer vibe that I was giving off, because I was waking up early like, "Hey girl, get in the car. This is door-to-door service, uh-huh." What? Drop you off at the intersection? Nah. Full address, please. I was a definite weirdo. Yeah, and I don't know what age it starts, what the threshold is, but at least by the age a woman hits 26, you don't have to drive her home. You know, women are like cats. You can just let them out in the morning. They can fend for themselves. Someone will put food out. Like, relax, buddy. I've been dating my current girlfriend. Oh God, I hope she never sees this, or that would have been too true. I've been dating her for a while. It's pretty cool. You know what? The first thing I want to do is kind of a survey, just to make sure I'm not crazy. Because something awkward happened between me and my girlfriend a couple of months ago. So I'll give y'all a little context on this survey. All right. So me and her, full disclosure, for the last couple of months, been dating a white woman. Foolish me, thought I was dating one of the good ones. Okay, here's where the survey comes in, all right? Here's where the survey comes in. We were walking home from the theater on our way to like the metro train. Yeah, dating a white woman, so I'm a theater person now. Okay, so we're leaving the theater on our way to the train. And it's still warm out, so there's like a restaurant across the street from us, and since it's still warm, there are people on the patio eating, enjoying, and as we're walking by, there's a huge crash, like as if somebody had like bumped a waiter, and not a waiter like serving like a date night two-top, like clearly somebody bumped a waiter who was serving a thirsty bachelorette party. It was a big crash, right? And I had to comment on it. I was like, whoa, that sounded like one expensive whoopsie. Whoopsie, I'm dating a white woman. Whoopsie is part of the everyday vernacular now. I said, wow, that sounded like one expensive whoopsie. And my girlfriend says, yeah, did you hear it? Of course I heard it. I said something first. Yes, I heard it. She goes, yeah, did you hear it? It sounded like... And then she proceeded to make what she thought was the sound of glass breaking with her lips. She goes, yeah, did you hear it? It sounded like cling clang ching chong. I said, no ma'am. No, it did not. And like I got immediately defensive. I was like, not my white. No. Maybe something else, maybe I blacked out and a trolley rolled by and everything is actually cool. But I know we've got good whites in the audience. So here's the survey. On the count of three, only the whites. I would like the white, just the whites, make the sound of glass breaking with your lips, okay? And pro tip, if it sounds anything like what my girlfriend said, that's wrong, please shut up. Don't say anything. Just the whites, count of three, glass breaking with your lips. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Exactly. Oh, you should have been you're so brave. These are good whites. What the hell was she doing, right? I knew it. I knew you would get it right. Oh my goodness. Things have been different dating her because she is the first white woman that I've dated, and I've been kind of nervous about meeting her parents. Like usually I'm really confident when meeting parents. I don't know, is anybody else like that? Super confident when you're meeting parents? That's right. That's the right attitude to have because I know what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like I think of myself as a premium millennial. You know, I dress okay. I've got a good degree. I've got a good job. I've got another good job. Like I'm a premium millennial, you know, overemployed, underpaid. You know, I know what I'm bringing, you know? And I also think that I've got like a look that makes dads really comfortable. Y'all are laughing because you see it too. You see it, right? I've got like a cute face that makes dads think, okay, my daughter did well for herself. But I've got like a chubby enough body that dads think, okay, but they're not gonna leave her for another woman. You know, like I'm right there in that sweet spot. But I was nervous. I was nervous about this dad. First white dad. Didn't know how he was gonna respond to me. And I shared that with my girlfriend. I was like, can you give me any tips for how to appeal to your dad? And she was like, oh, you don't have to worry about that. because my dad is black. And I was like, hold on, wait, let's do some math. How did that happen, right? Because my girlfriend is very white, like white enough to argue with you about her eye color. She's like, it's blue on Mondays and Wednesdays, but green on Tuesdays before 5. I'm like, oh, all right, fine. She goes, you don't have to worry about that, because my dad's black, but I will have to warn you, he's not a typical type of black guy. Then I was like, okay, well, what kind of black guy is he? She says, my dad, he's a converted to Mormonism, Trump-supporting black guy. I know, I was like, I don't think that's a type of black guy. Like skater is a type of, into anime is a type of black guy. What you just described sounds like a robot that a white person would make in a lab to have a black friend. What? No, I can't be racist. Tell him, Reggie. Beep, boop, boop. All lives matter. If only my people weren't so lazy. I give you permission to use the N-word, brother. Like, that's not real. I know y'all are thinking like, what? Your girlfriend sounds awful. She's not. She's pretty cool. When we first started dating, you know, I had my shit together, you know. I had those 2 jobs I was telling you about. And she was on her way, you know. But now things that we've been together for a little bit, she's getting her life together. She's in school, she's got a full-time job, and I'm a little bit worried that she's like gonna upgrade me. You know, she's already outpacing me in life, and I'm a little worried. The only thing that's given me solace is that she still has an iPhone 5. And I'm like, okay, I got a couple more years. Man, it's so mild out. I'm actually really surprised that this isn't a colder winter. I can't wait for spring. Are y'all feeling that? Okay. Yeah. God. See, the thing about spring is that, I mean, I love it. The weather is good. You get to wear less clothes, but like with less clothes comes more catcalls. And that just is so frustrating to me. Like, I think it was last spring that I had the worst catcall experience of my life. I remember it was warm out, and I was working from home, and my girlfriend at the time had the day off, so we decided to go have lunch at a cafe that was near our neighborhood, right? So we walk there, the sun is shining, we have our meal, our bellies are full, and we decide, let's walk home hand in hand. We're almost whistling. It's great. And we get about half a block from the restaurant when a shirtless man on a kid's bike rides up to us. Don't know where he came from, out of Portal, I don't know. He rides up to us and he's just like, 2 ladies. And we're like, and good day to you, sir. Thinking that he would leave us alone. How wrong we were, because like not even half a block later, he rides back up to us and he's like, skirt, like brings it to a hard stop. He's like, skirt. 2 ladies. And we're like, yeah, man, 1, 2 ladies. And he kept following us for like the next 15 minutes. Just saying that. He was just like, 2 ladies. 2 ladies. 2 ladies. And his voice got higher and higher pitched like that. It was like he was doing a math problem and he couldn't believe that he kept getting the wrong answer. He was like, hold on, wait, let me do this again. Start from scratch. Okay, 2 hands holding each other. Now I see 4 boobs. Okay. Now 4 boobs divided by the number of boobs a lady usually has, which is 2. 4 boobs, 2 boobs per lady means I'm looking at 3. 2 ladies. Like he could not get that we were 2 women walking together. And it was tough, right? Because I could tell from his tone that he was insulting us, but I don't know if y'all have ever been insulted where that insult is just a description. Because he's not wrong. It was tough to come back from, right? Like I wanted to scare him away, but I didn't know what to do. If he came up to me and he was like, 2 ladies, and I was like, shirtless man on a kid's bike at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, like that, That wouldn't affect him, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, so, whatever. I can still adopt kids in all 50 states. And he would have like popped a wheelie and left. I didn't know how to get back at him. And part of me thought, well, what if I make a scene? What if I get really angry and loud and try to scare him away that way? What if he came up to me and he was like, two ladies, and I was like, get away from us, you bum, you're harassing us. Blah. Everybody on the street would have looked at me like I was crazy. They would have been like, you can't just yell at shirtless men on kids' bikes at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. You gotta be gentle with these people, you crazy dyke. Like, I didn't really know what to do with him. So he lives with us now. All right, you guys have been a lot of fun. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, y'all.
One more time for Chelsea. Your next comedian is the host of your fourth favorite D&D podcast. You guys know the one. Please give it up for Dash Kwiatkowski.
All right. There's always a slow trickle of people that leave the room when a comic finishes. And I just wonder, like, how polite you are to wait for the end of the set. Be like, okay, but now I can go. Now I can. Hey, well, make some noise for all the comics who've gone up tonight into very loud earshot of mediocre karaoke. Can we talk about stand-up comedy on hard mode? Are you kidding me right now? We don't like to perform in light rooms. There are 2 chandeliers and some extra spotlights, just in case. Just in case. This is nerd karaoke over there. I heard somebody sing, I think a Limp Bizkit song preceded by something from Phantom. Nerds must be stopped, is what I'm saying. We have to end this. I say as if I haven't spent this whole fucking weekend trying to beat the Pokemon guys in the room. It's hard, they're very good! I went to Portland at some point in my past, it doesn't matter when. Well, no, because the comedy thing is like, I just went to Portland, and it's like, yeah, years ago. Went to Portland. Did you know that if you go to Portland, you can go to a place called the Sloth Center, where you can pet sloths? You can pet, yeah, you can pet sloths. Okay, so I went to the thing, and I'm doing the thing, I'm petting the sloths, and then you got like they give you a cucumber, and you have to put it in front of their mouth, and then they like open their mouth, and you just like slide the cucumber in, and then you pet them. And I'm petting the sloth, and I'm like, could I hold a sloth? Could I hold one? And the lady there was like, oh no! See, we used to let people hold the sloths, but we had to stop because the sloths kept dying. And I was like, were people just fucking squeezing them or what? And she said, no, it wasn't that. It was the stress. What does that mean? And she said, well, I don't know if you knew this, but sloths are the one mammal without the will to live. So when they get stressed out, they just die. First of all, same TBH. Big mood. Second, how fucking chill are sloths? Are you kidding me? Oh, can you even imagine, like, oh, can I help you move this weekend? See, I would, but I don't want to die. Hey, what happened to Jeremy? Like, oh yeah, he had a big project due at work, right? And his in-laws are in town. You know what that's like, so he's no longer with us. Can you imagine like a sloth fairy tale? Just like, once upon a time, there was a magical sloth kingdom with a beautiful sloth princess, and she was kidnapped by a dragon. So the bravest sloth knight in the land, well, he died from the pressure of the expectation. King and Queen Sloth also died. Real sad. Well, see, the Princess Sloth, though, now she died immediately, right when the dragon got her. She was gone. And all the sloths in the kingdom lived happily ever. Just kidding, they died. The end. And then whatever sloth child you're telling that story to keels over and dies. Some crowds won't laugh when I kill a hypothetical child animal, but you all did, so we're the same, you and I. I am a non-binary person. Sure, thank you. Don't call myself a man. I'm not a woman. I do call myself a boy. I spell it with an I. And if that's confusing for you, what I found you can do is eat shit. I don't care. It's not on me. I met my ex's mom, and I was not out as non-binary to this mom, but I was explaining what it was. And I was like, yeah, there's people who they fall outside of the gender binary. They're either sort of maybe kind of both or neither. And this middle-aged woman looks at me and is like, what? And I was like, fuck, I have to have this whole conversation now. And she just looks at me and she's like, well, what would someone like that even dress like? And I was like, oh, that's what you're worried about? Bless your stupid boomer heart. Are you kidding me? First of all, like, what do you dress like, Diane? I don't fucking... But also, if any of you know what I'm supposed to dress like, I don't know. I'm just kind of freeballing out here. This is the best I've got. No sleeves. That's the consistent. All right. I like everybody regardless of gender or lack thereof. What that's called in the community, if you didn't know, if you're sort of attracted to anybody and everyone, that's called being very available. Wink, 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 wink. I used to say bi. Idea is bisexual. I don't really vibe with bi. Bi doesn't make sense for my head. I do say it, though, because it sounds better than saying what I actually am, which is pansexual. Because, no, you sound so fucking pretentious when you say that out loud. Are you kidding me? Ugh. There's only two worse words you can put next to pan, and those are, next to sexual, and those are sapio and predator. Those are the only worse ones. Doesn't it sound like I'm IDing as like a magical flying boy in green tights a little bit? Or like a goat man who lives in a maze, kinda? Just, hello, I'm pansexual. Oh, these? Why, these are just my Peruvian flutes. Don't worry about those. You might have heard them whilst receiving a massage. Pansexual turn-ons include you solving my riddles, right? You're not solving my riddles, huh? And then just mazes. Love them. Love mazes. It's not accurate, though. That's the other one. It's not, because pan means all, right? If you tell someone your orientation is all, they're like, oh, so like animals? Like, no. All people, right? All humans. And they're like, oh, so like kids. You're like, ooh, wrong again. All consenting adults is the ones. And they're like, even ugly ones? Like, well, only cute. Cute is the only thing that I'm concerned with. And they're like, oh, so like animals. Like, you know what? I'm bi. But I am. It's okay. And the shittiest thing about being bi or pan or whatever you want to call it, you gotta date shitty copies of both your parents? That sucks. Nobody warns you about that dog shit. I meet people like, oh, you just have daddy issues? That's cute. I'm non-monogamous. Sometimes I'll introduce my partners. They'll start dating. And I have to wonder, am I really introducing two people who I think are going to get along, or am I just trying to parent trap a couple of sluts? You know what I mean? Stupid. I have been thinking a lot about robots lately. It's almost the end of the world. Think about whatever you want. That's my advice. We're gonna bomb Iran, I guess. Let's not. Here we go. No, I know, right? I shouldn't have said it, but whatever. Here we are. Specifically, like full artificial intelligence. That's exciting for me. Like robots that can think and learn and grow. I'm excited about robots that are basically just like people, but robots. You know what I mean? Because that means we will also have stupid robots. Ooh. I'm so jazzed. Can you imagine a robot like, if we came from computers, how come there are still computers? You know what I mean? How tight would that be? And I apologize for doing a stereotypical robot accent. That's not cool. I did it because it made more sense than the accent that says it in my head, which is Southern. Because that makes more sense, though, right? Than, if we came from computers, doesn't that fit a little bit more? A little bit. I don't know. I just feel like what an easier way to tell when you're dealing with a stupid robot if it walks in the room. It's like, hey, y'all. And you're like, shit. It's a stupid robot. That joke's not PC, but it's also not Mac. What are we doing? All right, that's fair. No, I deserve that. And that's my favorite robot. Some of my favorite robots were the Transformers. Those are the car ones. Sometimes dinosaurs. Holy shit, did we only just now get an interpreter? Thank you so much for being here. I had no, okay, that makes, yeah, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the first half of the show. And I'm genuinely sorry. I like the Transformers. I'll tell you what I like more than the Transformers conceptually is Decepticon decals on shitty rundown cars. That's my favorite shit. Because Decepticons were badass. Decepticons were like tanks and helicopters. I think it would be very good if the shitty rundown cars were also Decepticons, you know? And there's just a meeting where they're like, oh, everyone, you know Starscream, he's a fighter jet. This is Steve. He's a 91 Ford Taurus. Now I know one of his doors doesn't match the rest of him. Be nice, he's self-conscious. Steve, anything to add? And Steve's just like, my check engine light won't shut off. I feel like that episode just ends with Megatron selling Steve on Craigslist. But Steve won't sell, so now he drives for Lyft. I used to drive for Lyft, I can make that joke. I lived in San Francisco and I drove for Lyft, and I want to tell you my 3 favorite Lyft stories, if that's okay. I said as if I'm not just gonna do it anyway. Here we go. Number 1, a guy got into my car and he then explained the entirety of the coffee industry to me. I didn't ask. Guess his race. It was white. And he got to the end of it, and I was like, that was actually really interesting. And he looks at me and he's like, yeah, well, there's a lot to chew on in coffee. And I said, well, not if you make it right. And he looked at me and he was like, what? And I was like, because you said there's a lot to chew on in coffee. And he's like, yeah, it's a complicated industry. And I was like, no, I understood what you said, because if you take what you said literally, and he's like, I don't follow, and the rest of that ride was silence. Second favorite Lyft one. Backstory for this one. Right after Trump got elected, I was like, I should own a baseball bat probably. So I bought a baseball bat and I put it in my trunk. And a guy gets in. He's in a business suit. He has suitcases. He puts them in my trunk. He gets in my car. And I drive him for a little bit. And he looks at me and he's like, you play baseball? And I was like, no, what? And he's like, you don't play baseball? And I was like, do I look like what? No. And he's like, you got a baseball bat in your trunk. And I was like, right, that's for Nazis. And the rest of that ride was also silent. My third favorite one, I was driving my car and a middle-aged white woman gets in and we're driving for a while and she sees a van up on a curb and the driver of that van happens to be an Asian person and she looks at me and she says, guess that's how they drive in China. Yeah, that's what I did. And I was like, oh, cool. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? And she's like, sure. And I was like, before you said that to me, could you tell that I'm Asian American? And she said, no. And I was like, sick. Follow-up question. If you had been able to tell that I'm Asian American, would you have said that to me? And she was like, I don't think that I would have. And I was like, word. Cool, word. Final question, if that's okay. Why just say it then? And the rest of that ride was not silent at all. She apologized so much, you guys, just like the whole time. She's like, well, I used to live in China. I was like, doesn't matter. And she's like, and honestly, like I talked to her and I explained why it was shitty. And by the end of it, I thought she like genuinely learned something. And that's cool. I feel like she genuinely learned. And she got out of my car and I still got her kicked off the Lyft platform. Because it's one strike, racists, fuck off. Are you kidding me? Go to Uber, bitch. What are you doing? What? No, that's cool, but why? Okay, sure. All right. Okay, there's a big sign, and I'm the only one who's gotten it so far. So, I'm gonna, I do want to tell you a quick one about why Batman sucks ass before I do. I'm gonna run a teensy bit over. Yeah, all right. Batman sucks ass. I don't know if you knew that. Batman is very bad. Here's why. There's a comic called Tower of Babel. Do you know about that one? They adapted it to a movie called Justice League Doom, also bad. In Tower of Babel, each member of the Justice League starts getting taken out by like shit that is their specific weakness, you know what I mean? So like Superman gets his skin turned invisible so that he absorbs too much sunlight. That's over the top. Martian Manhunter gets lit on fire because his weakness is being on fire. Although to be fair, that is all of our weakness, I feel. Flash gets hit with a bullet that vibrates at the speed of light, so like if he can't, his whole like shit gets out of whack because of the bullet, and the Aquaman gets brainwashed into thinking that water will kill him, even though he needs water to survive. And they find out that like who's doing this, and it's like it is Ra's al Ghul, but Ra's al Ghul didn't come up with the plan. Do you know who did come up with the plan? Batman. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense to have a detailed and elaborate plan to take out and murder your best friends. Just in case they ever go rogue, that's fine. Do you know who Batman doesn't have a detailed and elaborate plan to take out? Is fucking any of his villains. Ever. Hey, Batman, Killer Croc's attacking downtown. What are you gonna do? Fist fight, probably. Probably fight him with my hands. Hey, Batman, Joker kidnapped the mayor. What you gonna do about it? Well, I'm thinking probably a fist fight is what I'm gonna... Hey, Batman, Two-Faces, let me stop you right there because fist fight. Now, here's my detailed and elaborate plan to take out Alfred, just in case he goes rogue. His weakness is being on fire. I'm gonna tell you a story, and that'll be the last thing that I do as my part of this show. I am, in addition to being a fucking queer, nerd, weird, whatever, I'm also a depression kid. Hello? Very sad all the time. One time, right after college, it got very bad. All right? How does it feel when like everyone's judging you? No, it's no, that's too mean. I won't. Okay. I got very bad one time after college, and I was on the edge. I was over the edge, and I was like, I'm fucking done, actually. I am cashing out. And I had a bottle of pills, and I had a bottle of alcohol. And before you get too uncomfortable, don't worry. I didn't end up killing myself, y'all. You guys know how this one ends already. Based on context clues. And I had a little voice in the back of my head that was like, call a hotline. So I did. I called a hotline, and the guy picked up, and he's like, hey, how's it going? Bad. And he's like, all right, what's your name? And I was like, I was hoping that I could stay anonymous on this one. I didn't want to share my name with you if that's okay. And he's like, hey, if I don't get your name, I don't get funding. I will hang up on you. What is your name? I was like, why are you yelling at me? I'm sad. And I told him, he's like, all right, Dash, where you calling from? And I was like, is this a fucking radio show, dude? What are we doing? And I opened up to him, and I told him, I feel trapped in my life. I feel like I'm stuck, right? Like, I can't change the things I'm unhappy with. I don't feel like anyone really gives a shit, but I also feel like, I don't really give a shit anymore. And I opened up to him for like 3 minutes before he was like, all right, well, we like to move things along over here, so I'm gonna get off the phone with you. But before I go, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being you will absolutely kill yourself when you get off the phone, and 5 being you'll, I don't know, think about it, where would you say you are? And I was like, I don't know, man, probably like a 3. And he said, great, and he hung up the phone. And that is, without a doubt, the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. Are you kidding? And I was like laughing and crying and laughing to the point where I'm like, I can't go out on that note. That's way too funny. And I realized that, like, I don't think that, like, a kind, sweet, empathetic person could have talked me off the ledge like that, though, right? Like, I needed that asshole, right? I don't know, like, was it his first day? And his boss comes up after and is like, all right, well, some feedback. Number 1, good enthusiasm, right? That's number 2, and this is just such a tiny thing, but that person is definitely dead now, so probably avoid that in the future. I don't know, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to believe that he, like, means well, and he's just, like, fucking up so entirely and has no idea, you know what I mean? That's how his life is. I want to believe that, like, tonight, he's at, like, a really nice restaurant sitting across from, like, a beautiful young woman, and he's, like, looking at her in her eyes, and he's just like, all right, moving along, we gotta get out of here, what are we doing? So they leave, and they're walking through the park, and suddenly she realizes it's the park where they met, and she remembers that like it was yesterday, right? Like, he had just come up to her and been like, what's your name? I gotta know where you're from! She's so caught up in nostalgia, she doesn't even realize he's gotten down on one knee. And he just looks up at her and he opens the ring box and he's like, all right, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being you do not want to marry me, and 5 being you'll, I don't know, think about it. And she just looks down at him with tears in her eyes and says, yeah, I don't know, man, probably like a 3. Hey, that's my time. I've been Dash Kwiatkowski. If you remember the very good sloth joke that I told at the start that you all loved very much, that's a t-shirt. She has a sloth on it. It's a wrestling parody, that's fine. I'm gonna be selling them right over there after the show. I also have hats and stickers. That being said, hey, y'all, are you ready for your headliners tonight? Are you ready for your headlining act? I'm gonna be real, that was dog shit. I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask one more time. Are you ready for your headliners tonight? I love these guys very much. I work with them all the time. They have a CD for sale called The Geek Friend Experience and a CD for sale called Sam and Bill Are Huge. They're amazing, they're incredible. Give it up for Sam and Bill!
Some people folk for the money, some people folk for the fame, some people folk for the story, and the story is never the same. Some people got folk by their uncle, and some never folk at all. They never even pick up their instrument. They're scared 'cause it's far too small. But if you folk me and I folk you, then we can make it last. If I finger your chords in perfect form, we'll have a finger blast. I wanna folk your mouth while you play with yourself. I wanna folk you till my doctor says it's damaging my health. I wanna folk all night. And then I'm gonna come on your tits. We're Sam and Bill. How's it going?
Hello. Hey, happy MAGFest, everybody.
Happy MAGFest. What? This is fun.
We've been coming here since 2016. Do you realize that?
I
Or
now
17.
do, since you have informed me of it.
Yeah. We're a staple of MAGFest.
Yeah.
How about that?
If there's MAGFest without us, that's not, you should tell them. That's, you'd be like, no.
There's a problem.
Where's Sam and Bill?
Yeah.
3 Sonic music panels and no Sam and Bill?
Ridiculous. Although we'll be on the Sonic Music panel.
Yes.
If we're not playing here, we'll just be on the
that's true.
Sonic Music panel.
That's true.
But we like to, go around, do our comedy and our music, and at these comedy music shows, we like to get a little crazy.
Engage.
And improvise
Engage
a song
with you lovely people.
on spot. Improvise a complete song from scratch.
These people look very happy and comfortable together.
We want to talk to them. All right.
Yes. Can I ask, what are both of your names? Kiara and who? Onyx.
Kiara and Onyx. Those are
Kiara and
fantastic
Onyx.
names.
That's fucking metal. Cool. Very cool. How long have you known each other?
8 years now.
8 years.
Good job.
Wow.
Well done.
That's major. How'd you guys meet?
We went to the Disney College program.
The Disney College program.
Okay.
Was it a meet cute where it's like you both reach for like the Chip and Dale costumes and it's like, oh man.
And it was like, we can learn animation. It's like, animation is done. And, and that was that.
A volleyball tournament. That's great. And what kind of stuff do you guys like to do together? Keep it slightly safe for work. Gaming. Beach. Okay. So Kiara and Onyx. They met 8 years ago.
Yep.
They like gaming, going to the beach, anime.
Disney
they met playing
College.
volleyball at the Disney College.
Okay, we got enough.
So sometimes something we do is we will create a song based around a couple in the audience and the information that they have given us.
I think we should call this the battle of ballad. Of Kiara and Onyx.
Kiara and Onyx. Okay.
All right, we'll go
Ballad
for it.
of Kiara and Onyx.
Let's see how it goes.
This will be memorable.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kiara is by herself watching TV in her home. Yeah. She's got nobody to call her own.
Onyx is across the street. He's been thinking about her for weeks. He's finally devised a plan as he watches from his big white windowless van.
Love is in the air. Baby, don't be scared. Kiara is sitting on her bed with her pillows and her teddy bear. I don't know.
Onyx smiles to himself as he's slowly climbing up the stairs.
Someone's calling on the phone. Kiara looks, but it is chilling. She thought she was all alone, but the call is coming from inside the building. Love is in the air. Baby, don't be scared. Kiara feels the fear taking over, but she's trying not to let it. No.
Onyx Onyx pounds on the door. Oh, that bitch is gonna get it.
Whoa! The door bursts open and she runs and hides. Onyx is laughing with crazy eyes. He crawls over, she begins to cry. Grabs her and asks her, do you wanna die? Next to me, in 80 years, holding hands in adjoining beds, surrounded by our children's children as we peacefully fall asleep. I know it all seems scary, but Kiara, will you marry me? Will you marry me? It worked!
Hey,
That's the true story.
It worked.
That is the true story.
Yes.
100% beat by beat, how it occurred. They still have the van, and they're very happy.
Onyx, thank you for the $50.
Yes, yeah.
Oh man, what do we got next?
What do we got next?
I'll find out.
You tell me what we got.
Oh, you know what? Well, we're here at MAGFest, and we have a song that is a little bit futuristic.
Yeah. Who here likes sci-fi?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
If you didn't, I don't know why you'd be here.
Yeah. I'm here because I hate this, and I want to write a bad Yelp review. I don't know.
The Yelp reviewers do come to these things.
There's some people here from the Jock Convention across the street.
Fucking assholes.
You know, I'm like, let me see what these guys are up
Fucking
to.
Jockathon.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So this is it. We're going to sing the sci-fi song.
Yeah. VHS, remote control, fax machine, beeper.
Living in the future, digital age.
Everybody lives in a digital cage.
Trapped inside their minds with the digital rage.
It's a digital age, digital age.
Got nothing to do, so you're living at home.
Got no one to see, so you're always alone.
Nothing else to do, so you're touching your bone.
You're touching your bone, touching your bone.
Nothing in the fridge, so you eat a potato.
Put it on a plate, it tastes like potato.
Nobody around but the stepdad you hate. Oh,
Jeff with a G, Jeff with a G.
Ryan play golf,
It's Jeff with a G. Jimmy Buffett's underrated. Jeff with a G. Always talking about the Matrix. Jeff with a G. Jeff with a G. Jeff with a G. Why is he around? It's Jeff with a G. Doesn't have a job. It's Jeff with a G. Getting banned on Twitter. It's Jeff with a G. Gamergate icon. Jeff with a G.
Playing online poker.
Jeff with a G. Only owns sweatpants.
Jeff with a G.
You'll never be my real dad, Jeff with a G. Jeff with a G. Jeff with a G.
But son, I want us to bond. Maybe you can call me dad. Would you like an ice cream? Because your face looks sad. Maybe you're just mad that I am banging your mom.
Oh no!
Banging your mom. Banging your mom. Sometimes I spit in her mouth when I am banging your mom.
No, please.
Banging your mom. Created in the lab just for banging your mom.
Robot stepdad, Jeff with a G. What the shucking twist about Jeff with a G? You never saw it coming about Jeff with a G. Jeff with a G. Jeff with a G. What purpose does he serve? Jeff with a G. Created by the government, Jeff with a G. Sent here from the future for banging our mom in the digital age. That song was called Modern Life.
That's the name of the song.
Yeah. As you can see, we too have merch for you to buy after the show. This very, very nice robot stepdad shirt. And if we sell out of
happens
that,
to be sold out, Sam is modeling the other model,
Yes.
which is a picture of this shirt on that shirt.
yeah, this says the robot stepdad shirt was sold out. It looks like this, and then there's an illustration of the shirt you could have had.
Boy, you just got to be fast.
We
over
just
that
got to be.
table.
We
Gotta
just
be fast
needed to
over
be
that table.
prepared. We needed to be prepared in case we sold out.
Yeah. So you know what? It's the middle of, well, not the middle. It's still winter. Fucking winter. And you know, in winter, what are you doing? Okay, cool. Just untangle yourself. All right, freaking Rapunzel over here.
Okay.
Disney's Tangled. All right, and big favorite.
Sick ref, bro. Sick ref.
Sick ref.
Yeah.
You know, in the winter, it's nice to think about the summer. Oh man, summer's so rad, right?
Yeah. I think we've been outside, right? We've all taken trips to CVS and Nando's, and we're like, ugh, what is...
Gross.
Why is outside like this?
You know what we need? We need a pool party.
That's exactly what we need.
Gonna have a pool party. Gonna invite all our friends. You know it's time for celebration. For us the summer never ends. Pool party at Jeff's house, where there are no rules. We can do what we want now, because Jeff is dead. Do you wanna eat an ice cream? It'll taste real good. Everybody likes ice cream, except for Jeff, who is dead. Nobody tell us what to do now, or you will end up like Jeff, grilling up some cheeseburgers. Jeff is buried in a briar patch. We'll start the day with Marco Polo. We say Marco, Jeff says nothing. You ain't gonna find no murder weapon. It's definitely not a pipe. Sipping margaritas poolside. Don't dredge up a lake, unless you wanna meet Jeff's family. Would you like a slice of cake? Then we pull out the slip and slide. Don't peek in the shed. Eating lots of mini hot dogs. Do they taste okay? They're just normal kosher hot dogs. Jeff is only in the burgers. We are just two normal guys who like to kick back in the sun. We killed our friend and fuck his corpse, but it was in the name of fun. So come on down and take our hand. Eat some Jeff and get a tan. We'll show you where he's buried. Also, does this pipe look weird? Pool party in the summer. Jeff made a new friend. Why don't you come on down to Jeff's house, where the summer never ends? Pool party. Yeah.
Serial killer jokes.
It should be pointed out that in the Sam and Bill canon, those are two different Jeffs.
Yeah, Jeff with a G.
Completely different
which you
Jeffs.
would have known if you paid attention to the song of Modern Life.
Like
And
we could kill a robot stepdad. He'd
can
destroy
you
us.
kill a robot stepdad? I mean,
Destroy us.
ethically. Okay.
Yeah, well, okay.
But robot burgers. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, come on.
Wires.
The
for
suspension of
burgers.
disbelief would be crazy. No, we
Now
murdered a
that's an
human
impossible
being
burger.
named
What
Jeff
the-
with a J and ate him.
The G. The G was the old shot.
Yeah.
And another great thing about technology is web searching.
Yes.
Is finding about stuff on the internet.
Yes, and we've just had a really great holiday season. Did everyone have a good time? Whatever
Yeah.
holiday you celebrated over this. Get some good presents. Yeah. Get a good haul.
Yeah.
We were a little bit curious about a holiday that we don't know a lot about. So, we went down a bit of a rabbit hole,
Yeah.
I would say, learning about it.
So we wrote a song about it. It's called the Kwanzaa song.
We Wikipedia'd Kwanzaa to see what all the fuss is about. 'Cause our intuition said that tradition might be cool. We Wikipedia'd Kwanzaa. It was created in 1966. The name Kwanzaa derives from the Swahili phrase first fruits.
Because the Christmas songs get old after a while.
And the Hanukkah to-do is not my style. So we click another word that's marked in blue and take a journey to discover something new. We Wikipedia'd Rick Ross. He was born in Daytona Beach. His first marriage ended in divorce in 1981. We Wikipedia'd Rick Ross. He's not related to Bob. And we're pretty sure he's murdered at least 2 guys.
And did you know that Spam sold 7 billion cans?
That's true. And cold weather stimulates your mucus glands. And Adolf Hitler was a biggest Disney fan. We Wikipedia jet fuel. And we don't think that it can melt steel beams. Now we have some questions because the facts aren't adding inside job.
So
then we went on the dark web. We're getting radicalized. Now we own fake passports, and I think Bill just bought a grenade.
I bought a grenade.
Now we're holed up in a bunker in the woods, drinking urine and consuming old canned goods. And we're plotting revolution every day. We Wikipedia'd Kwanzaa. That was a cautionary tale about research.
You really gotta watch
Yeah.
those radicalizations, folks.
If you are over at a white man's house and he has like 11 Wikipedia tabs open, run! Run away! You don't know what he's getting into. He's learning too much.
There's too much learning going on there. Oh man. So who here likes? I know one person over there likes it. Pokemon.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
I love just putting all the segues on you. I'm a big fan of that.
Hey bud. Hey buddy.
A lot of Poke fans?
Poke fans. Is that
Pokemaniacs, perhaps?
Pokemaniacs. Pokers. Pokesters.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we wrote a song about them, specifically one of them, maybe arguably the most famous, and his plight. It's called Pikachu's Lament.
He walks the night. He does not care if it's wrong, alright. He feels alright. He's looking for a fight.
Hey, Mr. Pikachu.
How many Pokemon did you kill today?
Small yellow murderer, there's got to be a better way. Hey.
You don't have to catch them all in your little Pokeball. You don't have to be the best that no one ever was. You don't wanna be the next dead Pidgey in this Pokédex. You don't have to catch them. Hey. What kind of sick man just beats up on Pokemon? Do you have undiagnosed issues with your dad? Daddy, no!
A Jigglypuff who's been treated rough. A licky tongue with a punctured lung. A whopping fair, you cut off its head. A Mr. Mime with renal failure.
Oh no! You don't have to catch them all in your little Pokeball. You don't have to be the best that no one ever was. You don't wanna be the next dead Pidgey in this Pokédex. No, you don't have to catch them. No, don't kill no Pokemon today. Don't kill no Pokemon today. Don't kill no Pokemon.
Don't kill no Pokemon.
Pokemon,
today.
go away.
Don't kill no
Go away. You don't have to catch them all in your little Pokeball. You don't have to be the best that no one ever was. You don't the next dead Pidgey in this Pokédex. No, you don't want to catch them.
You don't have 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 to catch them.
It's not very effective.
You don't have to catch them. No.
Thank you, yeah. That was our Pokemon song, very much in the style of Sting and the Police.
All right, well, you guys have been a fantastic audience all night. Give yourselves a hand for MAGLaughs. Really, honestly, truly, thank you sticking around and seeing our goofy-ass white faces up here. And honestly, can we have applause for this lovely person up here who has been diligently translating our nonsense and other people's nonsense. Thank you so much. We just have one last thing.
We gotta test these levels for a second.
Oh, this is a good and not at all awkward thing that we're gonna be doing right now.
Don't worry about it. You're gonna hear the intro to this song twice. This time it's a test.
Sam is doing what we're calling in the industry breaking the illusion.
Too loud.
That is obviously too loud.
Too soft. Just right, I think.
Yeah? Do we like that? Okay. It sounded good to you folks? All right, good. Good enough? All right, good enough. Like close enough for government work, right? Okay. Well, obviously tech went well.
This is the second time this will ever be performed in front of a live audience.
Third time.
Third time.
Third time.
I'm saying that because might get messy.
We just like to have fun up here, guys. Just like to have. We're stepping outside of our boundaries a little bit. Are you starting it?
Wait. We need
Wait
to
a minute.
introduce this song again.
Oh, it's like we didn't even rehearse.
No. That's what we keep it organic.
I think we might want to move that
This
out of the
is
way.
also the improv portion of our set.
Oh, you're stuck. Okay.
In which we sort of riff around various technical issues, and then I guess hear the karaoke room again.
All right.
That's nice. Okay.
So this has made me a little bit angry.
Yeah.
This whole experience.
Yeah.
now.
You know what? This whole thing, I'll be honest, I'm pretty steamed. I'm steamed at the world. I'm steamed at you guys. I'm steamed at myself.
I think we're about to start a rap feud
I think we are.
with y'all.
Pretend you're hearing this intro for the first time.
What?
Oh, fuck. I'm starting a rap feud. Me against you.
We do the thing that we don't like, so this is what we do.
A fucking rap feud.
A battle, not a battle.
Like Tupac and Biggie.
Bill and Dre.
Fat Joe and Salad.
Shit.
That's it.
Oh, you stepped in it now. Better stretch those legs and get ready to bow. So you got a lot of fans, but you got no flow.
Isn't that ironic?
You Corderlanders,
You ought to know. We own the mic and you just got rental. We got more bitches than a motherfucking kennel. Yeah, actual bitches. We got puppies by the litter. Your rhymes are in the shitter.
We're not bitter.
We're just starting a rap feud.
Better come prepared.
This beef tastes best when it's medium rare. It's a rap feud.
You won't believe your eyes.
Pulling out our dicks and you can't believe their size.
It's normal. People tell us it's normal.
We're crushing this. You can say it out loud. You can hear your voice over the crowd, and they're loving this. Welcome to the Coliseum.
That's the Sam and Bill. We will
Drop you in a mausoleum. Your act's getting tired. Put it in a museum.
It's not just you.
We got a very long shit list. Let's make sure there's nobody that we missed.
To the guy who made me hurry in the Starbucks toilet.
To the dude who saw me reading Game of Thrones and spoiled
The
it.
lady you went crazy because I spilled some
The
ice.
cat who I would say was very nice. He would write you angry letters, but we got no stamps. We would walk to you in person, but we both got cramps. It's a rap feud. The only way to solve our problems.
We find things we hate, then we rap at them to stop them.
It's a rap feud because I don't know, we're bored.
We've never really thought about the why before.
Oh boy. We're screwing this. Did we think this through?
I think it's a little late to change course, don't you?
Yes, we're doing this. We're in too deep to stop.
We're gonna destroy. Can you hold that thought? I'm sorry.
Are you okay, man?
Hey, real quick,
Can we ask you a question? Is it obvious we're living with depression?
I can live in bed without going outside.
Wake up sad every day for the rest of my life. For us? No, we're coming for you. Sad boys, what you gonna do? You can't beat us, because we're beating ourselves. You may live on the streets, but we're living in hell.
The truth is, you hurt our feelings.
The truth is, you made us cry.
You can't hate us more than we hate ourselves. Please just let us die.
I have no friends. We are both alone together with life's misery have no end. Why did we start all this fighting when we know we have no gain? Oh my God, seriously? A rap feud? Could we be any more lame? Oh no, this was a miscalculation. Clearly. I don't know why we thought we'd be good at this.
This has been pure emasculation.
Both our penises fell off our bodies just now.
All that we can do is cry.
On our penises, tears on our penises. Oh, we are scum, we admit. How we suffer in this pit. We should quit. Shit. Rap feud.
We're so fucking dumb.
We're stupid and we're ugly and we're never any fun. It's a rap feud.
We are battling depression.
And we're taking different supplements for immunosuppression. We ruined this. Typical me.
I'm losing all my friends and giving up on all my dreams.
We botched this. It's a real lose-lose.
Life isn't a long clock.
And we both hit snooze. Bill,
Hey, what?
do you ever just cry?
Do you eat a whole pizza because you're empty inside?
The only thing that keeps me alive is just spite.
My teachers told me I would fail and they were all right.
We're stupid and ugly, nobody will love me. We're talentless, failing, a big sack of crap. We're desperate and it's unattractive. We're not even good at rap.
My name's Bill Bria and I'm here to say that my name's Bill Bria is what I'm here to say.
Rap feud, and we totally lost.
You didn't even rhyme and you still
Show us who's boss in the rap feud. We lost all our fans. We're failures.
And we're crying.
And we're peeing our pants. We started from the bottom and we're both still there.
We antagonized you because we were both
just scared. We're wrong and you're right.
You're good and we're bad.
We're so fucking sorry. You can fuck our dads.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is MAGLaughs. We are Sam and Bill. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you. We are going to be by... Nope. Yes, we are not done. Because, well, yeah, we are done.
We're done.
But we have this merch table right here where we have our albums, we have our t-shirts, we have Dash's t-shirts. You can meet us. You can buy things from us, please. And we can apologize for what just happened. Thank you very much.
I was told to come on stage and say that exact thing. So go buy their merch. They're right over there. Give it up for all the comedians you've seen. Give it up for Joey. Give it up for Chelsea. Give it up for Rosa. Laura Prince. My name's Noah Houlihan. We're +2 Comedy. We'll be doing These Guys Are Sick tomorrow and also the Cosplay Pro Wrestling panel tomorrow, so be sure to come to that. Thank you guys so much for coming to MAGLaughs. Have a great time.